Hello children, now again in this third video, we'll continue with this topics which we have discussed today. Now in this video, we will talk about the differences between the Paleolithic and Mesolithic age, right? So let's start with the first difference. First difference is about their period. This period extends from 2 million years ago to 12,000 years ago. And if we talk about this Mesolithic age, this period was between 12,000 years ago to about 10,000 years ago, right? Now let's talk about the second difference. This period is divided into three parts: upper, middle and lower Paleolithic period. But Mesolithic period is not divided into three parts, right? Now let's talk about the third point. The climate was not warmer. Climate got warmer in the Mesolithic period. Four differences. It was not the period of transition, but Mesolithic age was the period of transition from Paleolithic to Neolithic. When the age was changing, this was the period of transition. Now the fifth point of difference. Fire was discovered in this period. Right, children? Rock paintings were started in Paleolithic period, but they improved in the Mesolithic period. So we will not talk about that. Fire was not discovered in the Mesolithic periods. Tools were without handles. Here in Mesolithic period, people started making the handles also. And one very important difference, in Mesolithic age, number of grass-eating animals increased. Number of grass-eating animals increased. But in Paleolithic period, this did not increase. In Mesolithic period, herding and rearing started. But in Paleolithic period, herding and rearing did not start, which is very important topic. I hope this is clear to everyone. These differences, children, whenever you write the differences, always put the line here with the help of a ruler, that is a scale. Write one side the Paleolithic age, other side Mesolithic, and then write the differences. Now children, let's conclude what we have learned today. The early humans, they were nomads, they were hunters and gatherers. They hunted fish also, other animals also, and birds also. Places where the early humans lived and worked are referred as habitation cum factory sites. The Stone Age refers to the period when stone was used for making tools and weapons. The Stone Age can be divided into three periods: Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age and Neolithic age. Now next is, again we are doing just the, we are wrapping up the whole topics which we have studied in these 3 days. Now children, the Paleolithic tools were big, they were crude, not very sharp, they were very basic, right? Then discovery of fire was very important discovery of the Paleolithic age, because fire was used to roast their meat. Fire was used to scare away the wild animals. It protected them from the cold also. It acted as a light in the night also. That is why this discovery was very important. And the period of transition between the Paleolithic and the Neolithic age is called the Mesolithic period. And children, very important thing which were introduced in Mesolithic period were microliths. Now these tools, these were also, what were these? These were also stone tools, but they were more sharper. They were not crude. They were little smaller in size also, and they looked better than what they were using in the Paleolithic period. And because of these microliths, hunting became easier, gathering became easier. And children, one very important thing about the Mesolithic period was people started doing herding and rearing in this period, which is a very important thing that started in this Mesolithic period, because of which after some time early men were able to do the agriculture in the Neolithic period. And then the last topic which we covered were rock paintings. Now children, I have shown you the pictures of the rock paintings. What did they generally draw in this rock paintings? Generally they drew the animals, pictures of animals. It could be of tiger, lion, elephant, birds, fish, sheep, dog, cattle, any pictures they used to draw in these rock paintings. And they generally use the natural colors, and red and yellow were the prominent colors used in these rock paintings, right? And these rock paintings tells us lot of things about the history, that how the people lived, what kind of animals were at that time. So I hope this is clear to everyone, isn't it? So before I finish this audio video, I would like to discuss the differences between the Paleolithic and Mesolithic period once again, because it's a very important topic. The first difference between the two is of the time time period. In the Paleolithic period, the period extends from 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago. And the Mesolithic period extends between 12,000 years ago till about 10,000 years ago. Second difference is division. Paleolithic period was divided into upper, middle and lower Paleolithic period. Sorry. But Mesolithic period was not divided into three parts. Third, about the climate. Climate was warmer in the Paleolithic period. No, climate was not warmer in the Paleolithic period, and it was warmer in the Mesolithic period. Due to this, what changes were there? In Paleolithic period, as the climate was not warmer, so grasslands were not there. So grass eating animals were also very less. But in the Mesolithic period, this was very important change. Grass eating animals increased in the number, and that is why, children, what happened? Yes, people of that age started learning how to herd or how to do rearing of animal. Means they learned in Mesolithic period art of herding and rearing, which they did not know in the Paleolithic Paleolithic period. Then fifth difference, fire was discovered in the Paleolithic period, and in the Mesolithic period it already existed. Sixth, stone tools. Stone tools were very crude in the Paleolithic period. They were of better quality and were known as microliths. So they were of better quality. So children, these are some of the differences between the Paleolithic period and Mesolithic period. And it is very important that whenever you learn these differences, you have to write these points so that you can learn the differences very fast. And children, whatever work we are doing here, please do revise them, learn them. It is very important. If you don't learn them, you will forget about them. Read the chapter, and in the end, I would like to talk about the task. Right? Read the chapter, go through the PPTs, do question number 1, 5, 7, 7, only A part of this question number 7. Also write differences between the Paleolithic and the Mesolithic age in your notebook. And children, do it nicely. Before I end the class, I would like to tell you, a people or a child without the knowledge of their past history, origin and culture is like tree without roots. That is why we study history. So children, today now I end up this episode of our series from hunting, gathering to growing food. For the next episode, be with me, wait for me, see you next time. Bye kids.